Hey everyone, it's that time of year again, pumpkin spice season. This is my favorite time of year. I love adding pumpkin spice to every single recipe this time of year, from cookies to snack mix to monkey bread and cake, coffee, you name it, I'm adding pumpkin spice to it. And today I'm showing you a bunch of different recipes using it. You're not gonna wanna miss it. Hey everyone, it's Dorothy with crazyforcrust.com and welcome back to my kitchen. Today it's all things pumpkin spice. It's my favorite time of year. It's the time of year where I can add this deliciously warm cinnamony spice to everything that I make. And today I'm showing you a bunch of different recipes on how to use it. For more delicious desserts and easy recipes, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Now let's get in the kitchen. First up on the pumpkin spice train is pumpkin spice Chex mix. This stuff makes your house smell amazing because it cooks in the crock pot. Now I've added 4 cups of corn Chex and 4 cups of cinnamon Chex to my crock pot. You can use any kind of Chex that you want. I'm adding 3 cups of pretzels and 2 cups of pecan halves and tossing that together with my hands. I love using a crock pot liner for this. It makes it so easy for cleanup. And then you're also going to add 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. Then mix together 8 tablespoons or a half of a cup of butter that's been melted with a half of a cup of packed brown sugar. Stir that together until it's combined and pour it over the Chex mix in your crock pot. And then toss it or stir it to coat all of that Chex mix with the butter mixture. You're going to cover this and you're going to cook on low, stir it every 20 minutes until the mixture is hot and coated. It'll be about 1 to 1.5 hours. Just watch your crock pot because certain spots might be hotter than others and you don't want it to burn. Once it's done, go ahead and lay it out to cool on a cookie sheet and then add a cup of candy corn and a cup of white chocolate chips and toss it together with your hands and it's ready to eat. If you want to make your own pumpkin pie spice instead of buying it at the store, don't worry, I've got you covered. I have a recipe for that too. I'm linking it up here and down in the comments. And now I'm going to show you how to make monkey bread with pumpkin spice. This is a super simple semi-homemade recipe, but it amps up that pumpkin spice flavor that you would get. Normally monkey bread is made with cinnamon. This one amps up that flavor with some of my favorite fall spice. This is going to be a favorite morning breakfast for Thanksgiving and Christmas and all season long. You're gonna start with 2 cans of Gran's cinnamon rolls. Make sure to use the Gran's, reserve that icing, set it aside for later. Separate your rolls and then you're gonna slice each roll into 6 pieces. So they'll kind of fall apart a little bit, but that's totally okay. Just slice each roll into 6 pieces. And then you're going to place those pieces into a large gallon size Ziploc bag. And then go ahead and mix together 1/4 cup of granulated sugar with 1.5 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. Again, I'll link my pumpkin pie spice DIY recipe down below. Stir that together and you're gonna add it to the Ziploc bag with the Gran's cinnamon rolls pieces. Seal the bag and then shake it to coat all of those cinnamon rolls in that pumpkin spice sugary mixture. You're going to mix together 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar with 1/2 cup of unsalted butter that's been melted. Stir that together. Then spray a large 12-cup bundt pan with nonstick cooking spray. Spray it really well. Add your pieces of cinnamon rolls that you coated in that pumpkin spice sugar. Pour that buttery brown sugar mixture all over the top in the pan. I do like baking this on a cookie sheet just in case it spills over at all in your oven. You don't want it to make a mess. And then you're going to bake this at 350 degrees for about 40 to 50 minutes or until the top is dark golden brown and the rolls are cooked through. You're gonna cool this for 5 minutes and then it's really important to invert the pan onto your serving plate while it's still hot so it comes out of the pan. So just place the serving plate on top and flip it over.
To make our frosting, you're gonna use that reserved icing that we had from before, and you're gonna add some pumpkin pie spice, about a half a teaspoon, stir that in, and then go ahead and drizzle that all over the monkey bread that we inverted onto our serving plate, and it is time to enjoy it.
And we can't forget about cookies. Remember, I have a whole cookie book that is for pre-order now, linked down below. Today, let's make some pumpkin spice cookies.
Pumpkin spice Snickerdoodles are the best. You're going to cream together 3/4 of a cup of unsalted butter that's been softened with 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar. You can use a hand or a stand mixer to cream that until it's nice and smooth. Once it's all mixed together, add 1 large egg, a tablespoon of vanilla extract, and then mix it together until it's smooth and combined. Once you have that mixture all together, you're going to add a half of a teaspoon of baking soda, a half of a teaspoon of cream of tartar, which is important to use because these are Snickerdoodles, and 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. Also add a half of a teaspoon of salt. Mix that together, and then you're adding 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Be sure that you measure it correctly. You can watch my video on how to measure flour. I'm going to scoop my cookie dough into a mixture of 1/3 of a cup of granulated sugar and 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. Roll those cookie dough balls in that cinnamon sugar and place them on your cookie sheet. You're going to bake these at 350 degrees for about 10 to 12 minutes until the bottoms just start to turn a light golden and they just lose their glossy sheen on top.
And don't forget about oatmeal cookies. They are one of my favorites. So now let's make pumpkin spice oatmeal cookies.
Now I've creamed together 1 cup of unsalted butter that's been softened with 1.5 cups of packed brown sugar. And I'm just mixing that together to cream it. And then I'm going to add in 2 large eggs and a teaspoon of vanilla extract, followed by 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, half of a teaspoon of salt. Mix that together until it's nice and smooth. Once you have that mixture, add in 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Once the flour is mixed in, then you're going to add 3¼ cups of quick cooking oats. Mix it together and it's a nice classic oatmeal cookie that is spiced with pumpkin spice. Scoop these onto your cookie sheet. They do need to be chilled before you bake them. Chill them for at least 30 minutes, then bake at 350 for about 10 to 12 minutes.
I could keep going and showing you recipes for days. That's how many recipes I have and make every year with pumpkin spice. I hope that I've given you some inspiration. I want you to leave me a comment and let me know what you're gonna make first, and keep watching for even more desserts.